quick mask without making your usual pleats, and that's what I have been doing. It just takes a little longer, and for some people your sewing machine might not like the 6 layers of pleats. I mean, the needle might get stuck or even break a needle. So this version, it's even easier, it's quicker to make, and you don't need to worry about making those perfect pleats. So here's one I've already finished, and just the same mask, but my other mask, I like to add the chain pleats, but you don't have to do this if it already fits you pretty well without it. So let's get this started. I'll do in the beginning is I fold the fabric in half and make a mark here from the bottom to this point, about 6.5 inches, and draw a line, and the 2 inches from the side, make a mark, and I'm gonna stitch from here to here, skip this area, and then stitch from here to here. So this is gonna be the opening for the filter later. So after I stitch, you open it up and you'll find there's an opening here. Okay, and I will use the pinking shears to trim over just a little bit the raw edge, so it's not gonna fray much when you throw it into the washer. So open it up and press it like it's gonna be like this. So this from this point to this point is gonna be stitched, this point to this point is gonna be stitched, and this will be the opening. So press it, and I will top stitch like from here to here, and then from here to here on the sewing machine, but that's gonna be a little tricky, so you have to do it very carefully. Okay, stitch from this point to this point, skip this whole area, and then stitch from this point to this point. Stop, back stitch, and then skip all the way here. So you should have an opening here, like that. That's gonna be the opening for the filter later. And what I'll do now is I'm gonna use the pinking shears and just trim close to the edge, so it won't fray when it's being washed later. You can press it with an iron or just use your nail to kind of just press it open like that. next is top stitch a line like over here, and then again like over here. I will secure the flaps opening for the filter, so when you wash it, you will just stay nice and clean. But it's a little tricky to do this on the sewing machine. You have to go really slow, and then as you go, check your fabric and then pull it away as you go, so you won't end up stitching both layers together by accident. Pulling this over here and over here, and just keep checking as you go. So now we're gonna turn this and do this side. See, then it's stitched all the way. So when you turn over, it'll look like this. Created the opening for the filter. Now we're gonna sew both sides. So what I do is I just line up the edge of the fabric and you fold it like this. So the opening, it's toward the top, about like ½ inch. The whole thing from here to here is about 6½ inches. So just sew the both sides from here to here and from here to here. turn it over to the right side. Corners are nice and clean. I'm using my Wacom pen to help me. You have now, it's just a pocket with opening for the filter later. Make the nose wire. So what I use, I got this heavy duty plastic coating garden wire, I think. Make sure the coating is plastic and not paper, so it will survive the washing machine. So what I do is I'll fold both ends a little bit, so just in case the wire poke through. And I take a piece of this ribbon yarn. It's basically a tiny tube, so I'll just stick the wire inside. Plushy feeling, but you don't have to if you don't have this yarn, so don't worry about it. And this is the yarn I use. It's called Hooked XL, I think. Hooked Ribbon XL. And I also use this ribbon yarn to make max ties. It's pretty soft. See, it's basically opening the middle, so which is perfect for the wire. So I'll fold it in half. I already marked the center point. This is the top, by the way. This is where our filter opening is. So on the front side, I already marked the center point. I'm gonna mark the point, the both end where my wire is gonna be. So we know where to stop when we sew the channel for the wire. This side too. So our wire is gonna be here from this point to this point. Okay. Insert the wire from the back, push it toward the top, and make sure it's against the edge, the top edge. Turn it over. We're gonna start from this end. Just make sure, just go slowly. This is gonna be about a 1/4 inch, but you want to just keep your fingers here so you can feel where the wire is gonna be as you sew. So stop at about a 1/4 inch in. Keep your needles down and turn the fabric. Oh, before you do that, make sure you scooch the wire all the way so it kind of bump to the top of this line. You will get stopped, so you know that's when the wire hit the mark. And you can also feel it over here, so it's about at the right place. I'm using this side of my presser foot as a guide along this edge. Make sure your wire is all the way to the edge, and then you sew. I think that's about right. Maybe just 2 more stitches. Okay. That's okay. And you just close it up. So now your wire goes here. This is the back side. This is the opening for the filter. See, it's so nice hidden like up here. Okay. What I do is to create the channels on both sides for you to put your ties through. So just folding, you don't want it to make it too wide, but just enough so you can easily thread through your ties or ribbon or elastic, whatever you choose to. So this is about maybe half an inch or maybe a little less. Just do whatever you need. Depends on what material you use for the tie. So I think this is good width. Probably could have gone closer to the edge, but that's all right. 1/4 inch channel. And do the same for this side. Like these. Thread the ties through these 2 channels, and what I do is I cut 2 pieces of ribbon yarns about 17 inches long. This is for my size, and but if you need to be longer, or if you're doing the mask with ties that goes around your hair, obviously your tie needs to be a lot longer, so just adjust it accordingly to your needs. So I'll use a hair clip to help me thread the tie through this channel. It should be fairly easy, but you don't want to make this too loose, so when you thread it through, you have a little bit of tension. See, just pull it through. Down there for the other side. So, and now you can start to gather your mask. What I like the width to be about like 3.5 inches when you're done. So you can just measure, and then you can of course adjust it to be a little wider or narrower, depends on what you want. Like that, and if you want, you can make a little knot here. So So just to kind of secure the pleats on this side, and then do the same on this side. Yeah, that's good. That's it. So that's one side, and you do the same for the other side. And then what I do after, I'll just do a slip knot to join these two ends. And slip knots will allow you to be able to adjust the length of the ear loops later. Quick, see if I can do this here. It's a little tricky. It's not bad. I'll include a graphic later. So you just, to adjust the length, you just hold on to the knot and you just pull. So you can make it longer, a lot longer, or pull the other way to make it shorter.